This is the 2021 Brewtubers Online Brewers Club Yeast Experiment number 1, Dropkavike Nate Pale Ale. Thank you to our sponsors, Imperial Yeast, 5 Star Chemicals, Beer and Wine Hobby Homebrew Supply Store, Brewing America, all stainless steel mash paddle sponsors. Also Hopsteiner and Yakima Chief Hops. Get brewing.
Hey guys, Matt here at Rex Brewery. I'm going to do a review. This is for the Dropkavike Nate experiment that the Brewtubers are doing. This is hub number 1, the first experiment. I thought I'd start off with reviewing, or at least, trying again, because I've had this a few times now. The actual original DKN, this is the control. This is made with USO5. This is from Nate Pico himself, so this is the real deal right here. He's got some pretty cool label work on this. It's kind of sweating now. It's been out of the refrigerator now, but just wanted to give you guys a kind of a shot of that. And he's got some information on here. Brewed the old-fashioned way, no frills, no fuss, no gimmicks, just good old USO5. Cheers and enjoy. So he fermented at 68 degrees. The OG of this was 1053. The final gravity was 1011. The mash pH was 5.5. The final pH was 4.5. IBUs of 44 and ABV of 5.5%. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that open first. It's got a good hiss on the bottle. Got my Brewtubers glass here. Oh yeah, nice carbonation on that. Just leave the glass a little bit behind. Gorgeous. It's actually pretty clear too. You can see straight through that. So USO5, nice clean yeast. And I thought I would compare mine against that for the first one. And I wanted to be fair, and this is actually one of the cans that I canned up that I sent out to everybody. So this, just to give a similar, I could have pulled a pint off of the keg, but that wouldn't have necessarily been a fair comparison for me, because it might have cleared out a little bit more sitting in the keg in the sort of the lagering temperatures. So I wanted to just see, this is what everybody else is getting. So I wanted to see how that kind of comes across. And it's been sitting in my fridge as long as I've shipped out these beers, so. But it's got a good carbonation on that as well. And actually that's about as clear. Now I use the maniacal Juggernaut. Sorry, I had to think about that for a minute, because I know me and Dennis use similar yeast. He used the Berserker and I used the Juggernaut. So just talking about this a little bit with the, so I already explained the USO5 version. That's the control. He brewed it on 410, kegged it on 420, and canned it or bottled it 516. He uses a propane keggle and a cooler system, mashed at 150. I believe everything else I explained was already on the bottle itself. He did the whirlpool 170. Steep time 30 minutes. And let's see here. So he uses an upright freezer. He uses a George Foreman grill for the heating. I thought that was kind of funny when I saw that picture. Inkbird Wi-Fi controller. That's what I actually use on my ferment chamber. Dry out for 5 days at 68. He cold crashed for 3 days at 35. Forced carbonated, 25 psi. Let's see here, 48 hours, and he's serving it at 15. So mine, when I did mine, pretty similar with some of these stats. Oh, and he just used a packet of USO5 in the control. I used 2 tablespoons from a slurry of the Juggernaut. It was something I had already used in a previous batch of beer, and I kind of started it up to making a slurry out of it, and I just kind of skimmed off a couple of tablespoons of that. I brewed on 4.7, kegged on 4.15, and I canned it on 4.26. Very fine print on that. As you can see, I have a 3-vessel electric system with Herms. My mash was 152. My mash pH was 5.3. I also did a whirlpool 175, 20 minutes is what I did. So mine, mine comes out at 52. OG was 1055. Final gravity was 1007. So it got way down there. I dry hopped for 3 days as well, room temperature, cold crash for 3 days at 38. And I fermented at 80 degrees for this yeast. And as you know, this is just a standard DKN recipe other than the yeast. And we're using El Dorado and Galaxy. So let's go ahead and go into the control first. Oh yeah, it's got that very iconic aroma to the DKN, very fruity. Getting some of that sort of like that passion fruit that you would get out of the Galaxy. There's actually a little bit of pear in there maybe too. Some nice like juicy fruit like bubblegum kind of a smell to it. Really, really nice. It's exactly what I expect out of DKN. Had it many times. I think I've had, Nate, I think I've had one from your hood only a couple of times now, so it's really nice to get an authentic DKN. Cheers. Yeah, that's real nice. It's got a nice level of bitterness to it. You're definitely getting all that hop character there. Certainly picking up on the Galaxy hops there. Yeah, very nice. That's a true DKN right there. Nice job, Nate. Nate knows what he's doing. He knows how to brew an awesome DKN. Now I wanted to compare mine to his, so I did want to try these side by side as a starter for this before I start digging into the others. But now that we got the remembering the taste and the smell of a true DKN, let's see what this version does. So we all use the same recipe. So we all use I think we all use the raw 2-row and the Bolander Munich, which is also very iconic for this recipe. And of course the El Dorado and the Galaxy, and we all use the same water profile. So I want to thank Beer and Wine Hobby. That's where I got my ingredients for, and I think that's where a lot of you guys in the experiment got their ingredients for this recipe as well. So we all know, we pretty much all got the same stuff here. We all got the same ingredients. So let's see what we have. Yeah, the aroma on this is a little bit more muted than Nate's. Now, you know, USF5 is very clean yeast. It doesn't really impart much to the beer itself. It just kind of makes a nice clean beer out of it, and you get, at least in my experience, you know, you get all of what you were trying to put into the beer. So the hop character that you're trying to shoot for, the USF5 is not really going to get in the way. So that's all coming through in the aroma. With the Juggernaut, though, it's definitely more muted. I'm getting a similar hop presence there in the aroma, but it's much less than the DKN, the original DKN. So let's try the taste now. Cheers. Yeah, the taste is quite different. I'm definitely still getting some of that juicy fruit kind of a taste, the bubblegum kind of taste from it. It is much less though. It's a little bit more smooth or more sort of well-rounded. Not getting like, so with this one, I'm getting the sort of the I don't want to say like sharpness of the hops, but more of a punch from the hops. I'm getting a lot more presence from them on the USO5, the control. Not getting that so much with this one. This is more well-rounded, more smooth, I guess is probably the best way to put it. It's very nice. It's a lot more, I don't know, I guess I would dare to say maybe it's a lot more pleasant, a lot more muted, I guess is probably the way to put it. Still a damn good beer. But if you want to get all that hop character, if I'm just comparing these two, you would go with the USO5. You get a lot more out of your hops with that than you are with the Juggernaut, in my opinion. But both very good beers, both very good. Nate, thank you for sending the control. It's very nice to get another authentic DKN from Under the Table Brewing, Neat Pico. Thank you so much for putting together this this hub. man, we got a ton of hops. You know, what a big shout out, big thank you to our sponsors with this. Hopsteiner really came through. Yakima Chief, we got a ton of hops that we're sending out to everybody. I'm gonna have enough hops for like the next couple of years. It's insane. You know, big thank you to Beer and Wine for supplying all these ingredients for the recipe. Also, a thank you to 5 Star Chemicals. Big thank you to you guys. I think all of us use some 5 Star Chemicals in our brew house in one shape or form. I have many products that I use from them. Keeps all the equipment clean, sanitized, and good for a brew day. And also a thank you to our newest sponsor, Brewing America. I actually have a few of their glasses. There's these muffin top glasses. Love these glasses. They fit a nice, they're not quite a pint, but pretty close. Will fit a nice sample in here to enjoy. So thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you for all the participants for being a part of this experiment. And I'll see you guys on the next review as I continue to go through these. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Cheers.